Welcome back, guys. It's Mike Espo, and I have 4 vintage Hot Wheel cars on the card to go over with you. A Mercedes, and it's advertised with new wide white walls. That's the Mercedes 540K. Card's a little bit beat up. The car, of course, is mint 1982. White walls, hard plastic convertible top, beautiful front grille, 2 headlights. It's metal on metal, nice rear. I started with the 82 because I'm going to go back to a 71 today. I know you see the card says Hot Wheels, Mattel, new wide white walls. And then we have the second one is 1935 classic Caddy. Also metal on metal, mint condition, new with wide white walls. Look at that! Look how they did the headlights on these cars. Beautiful headlights, like bullets, like artwork. Spare tires on both sides, in the fenders. And of course, if you were rich enough to own this car, the chauffeur sat in the front and you sat in the back. There was a luggage rack that folded down. It's a beautiful casting. This is also from 82, made in Malaysia. I love these big old cars. They have a lot of details. You can see the hinges in them. In the door, there's all the hinges, the door handles, the windshield. Beautiful example of a classic Caddy. And then this is very interesting. This is called the Bubble Gunner. And this is from 80, what year is this from? This is 79. Mint in the box from 79. Now, I'm not sure if you guys remember, of course, you remember the Homer Simpson car that had a bubble on it like that. It's almost as if in 79, somebody was creating this car with the bubble, which was also done in the 50s and the 60s. But this is a real crazy car. I guess before it was a fantasy car. I'm not sure. But it's got some really parts of all kinds of cars are in here. You got a racing car like Formula 500. Chrome, looks like chrome brakes inside the wheels. Black walls, chrome centers. An engine with a blower on it. A huge intake. And then, of course, the bubble. I mean, it doesn't really fit the look of the car. But it is a cool car called the Bubble Gunner, number 2511. And that's from, again, 1979. And then the last one I have is number 60 Lotus. Now, I have seen these cars in person at shows. They are cool cars. They almost look like a kit car, but they're not. They're not a kit car. Front end with the radiator showing. This is from 71. Where are we? 1971 Matchbox. And this was made in England. Super fast. This is Matchbox. Mint in the box. That's how I try to collect them that way. There's the rear 2-seater, and of course the steering wheel, as you can see, is on the other side. Really cool car. There's an exhaust coming out under the fender. Now, I don't know if this company started out as a kit car and then ended up being a real production car. But I have seen a few of them one or two at shows in New York, Pennsylvania. Also a really cool car from 71, mint in the package. So just a quick update. The water tower in the junkyard overnight was spray painted with BP. And now that we have the crane, you see I'm able to use the crane to lift the shipping containers and stack them. Had some signs put on from last weekend. We now have a fire truck on the property and we're getting some inventory. More acetylene tanks were brought in, some old trucks. We have a Model T Ford now, an old tractor. And we could stack containers now, which left us some room in the junkyard. We haven't had a grand opening yet. But we will soon. No tools loaned. We had some graffiti on this piece also done over the weekend. Danger, no trespassing. Cash, parts. So the junkyard's coming along. In fact, we might need to go out and find a bigger piece of property. As you can tell, the only work area we have right now is dead center, because we'll still be stacking shipping containers. So my favorite car for this video and this week is the classic Caddy, 1935. An unbelievable diecast example of a huge touring car. Bullet headlights, really like a work of art. I'm not going to crack that open. I'm going to keep that in my collection. Well, tell me which car you think was your favorite today. Thanks for checking out the progress on the junkyard. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We'll be looking for a bigger piece of property. Maybe we'll look for a piece of property in Pennsylvania or upstate New York. Leave your comments below, and I'll get back to you. Until next time, thanks for visiting the junkyard, and God bless. Mike Espo. Somebody went up there and spray painted BP for Big Paulie. This town must think that Big Paulie is the owner of this yard, and he's not. We'll have to find out who did all this graffiti.